Hi, I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga. For today's restorative practice, you will need a block, a bolster, and if you'd like it, a blanket. We don't necessarily need a blanket. If you don't have a bolster, you can always use some large bath towels to get some height. So you might need 2, maybe 3 to create the height of, say, a bolster. Otherwise, go ahead and grab your props. We're gonna start in a supported down dog, actually. So grab your block, place the block on the tallest height at the top of your mat, come to tabletop position, and then tuck the toes underneath. We're gonna come into downward facing dog, and I know you're like, wait, I thought it was a restorative practice. It is. I just wanna start in a supported down dog, so it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter down dog, and we're gonna bring our forehead onto the block. That's why it's at its highest setting here. If you feel like the highest setting is way too much for you, then you can change that. You can adjust it. You might feel like your arms are working a little bit. We're not going to be here very long. So just find, a distance that feels good in your down dog just to start out. And again, we're not here very long. I just want to use this shape as a transitionary shape from whatever you just came from. So allowing the block to be under the forehead, really almost like this gesture of, let's say, an empty can that you can just let all your thoughts, all your to-do list just fall into. See if you can just take a couple breaths there. Preparing your body for a shift. Last 3. The arms might be getting a little tired. For 2. Take an inhale. When you're ready, set the knees down, open the knees out wide, bring the feet to touch. We'll move the block out and away from us. Coming into a child's pose. If the arms are reaching forward, go ahead and sweep the arms down the side body, maybe grabbing a hold of the feet, allowing the forehead to draw down onto your mat. If the mat feels like it's far away, you could always use a blanket or a block underneath the forehead. So as we transition from that supported down dog, again, we weren't there super long, just notice. Notice that we were just trying to get rid of any jitters or any energy that really isn't needed for our restorative practice. Now in this child's pose, see if you can feel the sense of connection to the earth. And also this sense of folding inward, turning in, tuning in. As the forehead comes onto the mat, or again, the prop that you chose to place there, again, notice this sense of allowing the thoughts to just spill out. That I'm allowed to be present without the thoughts, without any attachment to things that I might need to do. Last couple breaths. Take another inhale. Stay there as you release. Go ahead and reach the arms forward. Lift the upper body, and then we're going to grab our bolster. So go ahead and grab your bolster. If you didn't have a bolster and you're using those blankets, again, we're going to want at least 2, maybe even 3 stacked up. And then bring it about the middle of your mat. We're going to lay onto our bellies with this bolster right underneath our pelvis. So once you're ready, go ahead and extend the legs behind you. Slowly make your way maybe onto your forearms first. And then make any adjustments. So that's going to be right underneath the pelvis here. And then let the elbows splay out. Create a pillow with the hands and turn the cheek off to one side. We'll just go ahead and melt right into our first supported shape of our restorative practice. If you prefer not to have the head laying on the hands, you could always bring the hands down the side body and just allow the head to melt onto either the mat or even a blanket if that felt good. You could also place a blanket underneath the feet behind you if that felt right. And then we'll just be here a couple minutes. Today in our practice, we're really going to touch all sides of the body. So here, as we lay on this bolster, we're touching the front side of our body. And as we move, we'll also touch the sides and the back body. See if you can just draw in here. See if you can allow yourself to feel the sense of ease just drape over the body. And similar to that supported down dog where we were allowing the thoughts to spill out of our head. In this shape, see if you can allow any tension through the hip area to just spill into that bolster underneath you. Very often our hips carry our most amount of stress. It's the largest joint muscle area in our body. So one that naturally tends to carry and store some of that tension. See if you can use the breath to let some of that dissipate. If you have the hands in a pillow, see if you can let the shoulders just melt so that even in the upper body, we lose any sense of squeezing or tension or anything that we might be holding on to. Let's go ahead and take one more full breath in. Big breath out. Gently starting to blink the eyes open. And taking this transition as slow as you need. We're just going to plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Pressing our way to a nice tabletop position. Again, slow and controlled. We're going to go ahead and come on to our right side. Leaving the bolster about where it is. It's going to come up against that right hip. And then scooting anything that you might need. We're going to go ahead and extend the right arm long so that it's a little bit towards the left side of your mat and that your head can really rest on that bicep. If that doesn't feel good, you could always bring a blanket or any additional props that you might have to support the head. Otherwise, you could keep the knees bent, or you can extend the legs out a little long. You could take that left hand down the left side body. You could also wrap that left hand behind the back. That just adds a little bit of opening through that left shoulder. If that's too much, though, we never want any huge sensation of stretch. Finding any adjustments that you might need. And then allowing the eyes to just close down. Knowing that if you ever need to adjust, you can. And so as we transition to this next shape, we start to come into the side body. We start to open through one side, that left side here. Again, in this restorative practice, although we are opening, it's not this huge sense of sensation or stretch. Give yourself the permission to be supported here. And give yourself the permission to just sink in. Maybe noticing the shift. Keeping yourself gently present in this practice. Feeling this sense of shifting from that fight or flight mode over to our rest and digest. Knowing that this practice is really meant to prepare us for deep sleep or deep rest. As we send signals to our nervous system that say, we are not in fear, we are not in survival mode, and right now, we don't need to do anything. See if you can soften just a little more. Taking a full breath in. Massive breath out. Only when you are ready, gently pressing that left hand into the mat. And gently pressing your way up so that you can switch sides. You can either just drop the knees over to the left, which is what I would recommend. I'm going to switch so I can stay facing you, keeping that bolster by the left hip. We're going to go ahead and drape that left arm towards your end of the mat, allowing that bicep to become a nice pillow for your head. And then again, same options. You could keep the knees bent. You could straighten the legs out a little bit if that felt good. You could bring the right hand to the right hip. Or you can wrap that right hand behind the back if that felt right for your shoulder. Find something that feels best for you. Noticing that bolster now on the opposite side. See if you can allow yourself to again just slowly seep in into this pose. Allowing anything that may not be serving you in your body to just melt into that bolster. Almost as if it could just dissolve away into the earth. And as we get deeper into this practice, you might notice a sense of coolness coming over your body. And the reason that happens is as we shift from our sympathetic nervous system over to our parasympathetic nervous system, our body starts to naturally cool down. It no longer has to pump the blood to the heart. We no longer have this sense of adrenaline running through our bodies that makes us warm. So if you ever need to add an extra blanket or grab a sweater, feel free. Otherwise, just slowly allowing yourself to be in this supported side-lying shape. A little openness for the right side body. Just gently finding a breath, one at a time. Feeling this sense of ease come over the body. But again, still staying ever present. You might notice that you start to drift. See if you can stay gently aware of the moment that you're in, of the lightness that you feel. Of the ease, of the support. Taking one more full inhale. Exhale, stay there. Gently blinking the eyes back open. Right hand comes to the mat as you slowly press your way up. We're going to come into our last shape, but before we do, see if you can just come on to your back. As we complete both sides, extend those legs long, come on to your back. I just want you to take a couple moments to notice. Notice as we touched the front of the body, maybe a little opening happening there. And as we touched the sides of our body, maybe a little bit of sense of tallness, a sense of space between each rib. Take one more inhale. Exhale there. We're going to go ahead and grab that bolster one last time. So lift the upper body. Go ahead and place the bolster behind the hips again. Bringing that bolster lengthwise on your mat. It's going to go lengthwise with the spine. And this will be our final shape. So just go ahead and melt your way down, allowing the bolster to remain underneath the head, the back, the spine. And then just let the legs find a place that's comfortable for you. The feet can fall as they naturally would. The hands can come to the hips, or one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Maybe even letting the arms drape by your sides. And coming into our supported Shavasana. As we allow that support to come underneath the back body now. Maybe the awareness of the 360 touch that we just did. The front, the sides, and now the back feels the support. Ultimately allowing for this sense of openness, this sense of expansiveness. Allow that sense of ease to just wash over your body. Allow the weight of the torso to just sink in. The shoulders, the arms, the hands, just slowly draping onto the mat. The hips, the legs, even the feet. They become soft but heavy at the same time. Coming into the deep state of rest. calming sense of ease. This practice ultimately cultivating a sense of renewal and rejuvenation. Taking one last big breath in. Full breath out. Reaching the legs long, maybe drawing the arms up and overhead. Finding a nice full body stretch. And only when you're ready, making your way off to your right side. Gently pressing your way up. And we will say that is the official end. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I hope you leave feeling a little more light and free. Namaste.